Reincarnation. It's a thing. I know some of you are cynics, pessimists. You can just turn the video off, you know. I find that pessimists, cynics, you know, those types of people, they don't believe anything unless they've experienced it personally themselves. They're often not the healthiest people, mentally or physically, but whatever. Reincarnation. So there's at least 4 universities in the country that have entire departments devoted to this study. Each one has thousands of proven cases. And I'll give you an example of one. And keep in mind, one of the things that you learn when you go down the rabbit hole on this is that children, up until about the age of 5, they can have real strong ties to their previous life. So, memories and whatnot. Now, this story was this kid, he's telling his parents, when he's little he's having these nightmares, kicking and screaming on his back, and he tells his parents when he starts talking, "You're not my parents, this isn't my name, this is my name, this is who I was, this is what I did. I was a fighter pilot in World War II, got shot down off the coast of Iwo Jima, plane hit the water, I couldn't get the canopy open, I drowned." Parents are like, "That's crazy," but they do a bunch of research, and, you know, because he told me, he said the name of the boat, the name of who he was, the name of his friends, the whole deal. They do the research, the boat exists, the people exist, there's pictures of all of them, there's pictures of the guy who he was in that last life. It gets better. The sister of the dead pilot, still alive. They call her up. They have all these phone calls. They get them all together. She breaks out all these photo albums with pictures. He's like, he knows everybody in the pictures, who they are, where they're from, where they were born, what they did for a living. It's not a parlor trick. It's real. When I was a kid, my mom, as kooky as she was, you know, there were some things that were good. She took me to this film called Beyond and Back. In that movie, they got this kid. They take him to where he says he's from in the Middle East. And he's walking through this village. "That's my wife, those are my kids, that guy owes me $50. Blew my friggin' mind. I was little. I was probably like 11 or 12 years old. Stuck with me, you know. But it gets us into this transgender thing. I did that video on debunking conspiracy theories the other day. You know, there's these young people, these woke people, who, you know, they'll raise their child as the opposite sex because when their child's little, they express this feeling. They're like, you know, "Little Johnny, Mommy, I feel more like a little girl." "Oh, okay, Johnny, well, we'll just put you in a dress now and give you hormone therapy and fuck your whole mind and life up." But if they were hip to the reincarnation thing, the conversation can go a little something like this. "Mommy, I feel more like a little girl than a little boy." "Oh, well, Johnny, you see, there's this thing called reincarnation, and you have to understand that life is temporary. This current life you have is temporary, but who you truly are, the soul within your body, it never dies. You never really die. So after you live a long, happy life and learn all these life lessons and that body goes, you're going to be born and you're going to go off into another life or another place. Who knows? And in your last life, you were probably a little girl, and that's what you're remembering. But in this life, you were born as a boy, and now you're going to get to live as a boy. Isn't that exciting? Yeah, turn into a positive thing, man. Matter of fact, then you get into karma with them. You could point out, well, you know, Johnny, maybe what happened in your last life is you were a man-hating, crazy feminist. So in this life, you were born a boy on purpose. So you get to see what that's like, having to deal with man-hating, crazy feminists. Well, Johnny's going to ask a bunch of questions because that's what kids do. Why? Why? Well, I'll tell you why, Johnny. See, a lot of souls on the planet are young souls. And they have to keep coming back time and again. Because you need to learn everything there is to know. You need to know what it's like to be a boy. You need to know what it's like to be a little girl. You need to live a good life and a bad life. You need to make mistakes. You need to be a good person and maybe even an evil person at times. You need to live through all these trials and tribulations so that you can gain all this knowledge and become the best soul you can be. And at the same time on the planet, there's older souls. And their sole purpose... soul's sole purpose is to help the younger souls. And those old souls, sometimes it takes them a long time to learn their purpose in this life. But once they learn it, they can't stop. Santa Claus is a funny one. Like, I tie this into it all because, you know, it's good to lie to your children. They're called noble lies. They're for a purpose, for a lesson. You know, you tell your kid about Santa Claus, and they're like, it's all this joy. Oh my God, it's awesome. Did Santa come? What did he get me? Oh my gosh. Oh, and if you're a good little boy, you get this, and if you're bad, you know, you get this. And then the kid finds out there's no Santa. Oh, it's fucking devastating. Oh. But there's a couple different ways to handle that, right? If you're a good parent, the same parent will talk about the reincarnation with you. You can just say, well, yeah, well, it was fun though, wasn't it? Now here's the great thing about it. Now we get to do it with your sister. You know? And what this does is, it takes you from being a child. Like, that first lie, finding out that Santa isn't real, it's like your first level, first step into becoming an adult. Learning. Learn not to believe everything you're told, and learning that it's okay. Because there's a lesson there. Just something to think about. We should all be working on trying to be better human beings, right? And you're going to keep coming back, and you're going to keep repeating the same mistakes until you get it. You just got to wake up a little bit. Break free of this matrix. And who knows where you eventually go, right? What's that all about? Where's that going to be? Maybe you're just being prepared. Maybe this whole existence on this planet, you keep coming back because you are not ready for where you got to go. Until you're at this super high level of understanding and righteousness, you're basically fucked. You're going to keep coming back. So accept it, you know. It's a happier way to live if you think about it in those terms. Anyhow, have a good day. Be a good person. Work on that soul.